My name is Myleik Teele, and I am the founder and CEO of curlBOX. And when I say CEO, I mean Chief Experience Officer. curlBOX is an experience. Each month, we send our VIP subscribers 5 to 7 premium hair samples for naturally curly hair.
It's like Christmas every month, because you don't know what you're gonna get. You get excited to try these new brands that you never heard of before. Sometimes it's like, you know, brands that you tried in the past that you may have forgotten about, and then it's like you fall in love with them all over again.
curlBOX isn't just a company. curlBOX is a movement. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of life. And to know that I'm finally like a part of this movement, that's like the best feeling ever.
A PR professional by trade. My experience is in entertainment, music specifically. So I've worked with rock stars, I've worked with Prince, been to Prince's house, I've been on tour with Linkin Park, I work with Travis Barker, I love Travis. And when I moved to Atlanta, I decided, okay, I knew that I was gonna transition. I was turning 30, and a couple of months after I got here, Kim on Real Housewives of Atlanta called me, so I got sucked back into the entertainment field. But I loved Real Housewives, and I still love Kim to this day. As I got here, I started to reach out to some friends, and one of my longtime friends, Ken Burkeen, owner of the Beautiful Hair Steamer, had just come out with the brand and was like, Myleik, I know you don't have a ton of experience in black hair, but you wear your hair natural. I know you know what's going on. Would you be down to kind of help me get the buzz going? And I said, sure. As I started doing the PR for Beautiful, which was unlike any of the other PR I had ever done, I started to fall in love with the girls, with the bloggers, with the videos, with the community. Growing up in LA, there was no place to get all of these products. Living in Atlanta, the Target shelves look a lot different than the Orange County shelves or the Los Angeles shelves, or even, you know, little small towns where women don't have the same access to products that we have. So I come up with this idea and I say, curlBOX. curlBOX is something that I would want. Like, that's how I created it. I was like, what would be something that I would want to get, and where would I like to see this go? And I would like for curlBOX to be the center of brown beauty conversations. When you start talking about brown beauty, you are talking to us. So I go on GoDaddy.com and buy the site for $9.99. I couldn't believe that no one had purchased it. So I buy the site and I call my friend Brian and I go, Brian, I got this idea. Brian is a master of taking big ideas and basically breaking them down into steps. I am a woman that needs steps. Anybody will tell you, I go, okay, what are my 3 things I need to do? If you give me a list, I'll knock it out. So I call Brian at work. I don't even know how I had his work number, and I'm like, Brian, I got this idea. And so he's like, that's a good idea. So he sent me some steps and I started to work through it, coming up with a price point, what my value proposition would be, all these different things. And then I quit it because it just felt like it was gonna be too much. So after, like, I would say, so August I come up with the idea, September I quit it because it just feels like it's too much. And I go, this is just gonna be too much. So every single night that I went to sleep, I would wake up in the middle of the night and it was just like curlBOX, like a baby was like, you have to do this, you have to do it, you have to do it.
She's like, well, I have this project that I'm working on and it's called curlBOX, and the guy, he did a logo for me and I just didn't like it. And I'm like, send it over. Like, I'm automatically like, I would do anything for Myleik. Myleik is just, she's so awesome as a person that I was just like, okay, just send it over. So she sent it over. She sent over the stuff that she gave him, and I saw the logo. I'm like, no, this ain't what you're looking for. Not at all. I was like, I got something for you. Let me send it over to you. So I just did it and sent it over. I sent it in a pink and gold and a golden pink and sent it over, and she said, that's it.
So I started back up, wrote my press release, got my website made, And I sent it out and I said, the site is gonna launch at midnight.
She hadn't even given a box out yet. I think she was just taking emails and creating a list that would create the fulfillment number that needed to be sent out. And, you know, all off of a splash page.
1,000 people signed up at midnight on something they knew nothing about. No boxes, no products, no nothing. The next morning we were on essence.com. After that, the machine just kept rolling, and from there, I got in touch with my brands and I told them about my idea because I didn't want to tell anyone until it was done. And from there, I got my brands on board and we took our first dollar January 15th.
I just really thought that the idea, even before I had seen the first prototype box or anything, was really great.
I launched the site, my mentee came over the next day, and I had the email sign-ups coming to my BlackBerry back then, and I mean, it was non-stop. And so we're sitting there at my dining room table like, this is crazy, this is crazy. What are we, she's like, in a year, we're gonna look back and laugh at this day. But she was like, but right now, what are you gonna do?
I have been natural for almost 20 years. So there was nothing like this. There were hardly even any products for me on the market when my hair was natural. So it was just a good old health food store, get some coconut oil, get some olive oil, get some setting lotion and make it work.
And then all of a sudden, it's an influx of women wanting to get back to their natural selves and, you know, really celebrate their hair and, you know, not put, not necessarily putting weave in your hair, but not putting, you know, chemicals and perms and all these different things in your hair and really embracing your curl pattern.
These products started to creep up and I was drawn to using different products. But just as a consumer and needing different hair products, I would approach it with trepidation sometimes because of the price point. Some things would be so expensive, it just didn't make sense to even try anything that was out there. And so it just sort of became this thing where I really didn't do too much experimentation with my hair, even though I really wanted to.
I think curlBOX is awesome because it basically takes the legwork out of it for people, especially for people that are product junkies that don't know where to start, that may not go online, they may not watch YouTube to see what products people are using.
So we took on a couple hundred members in January of 2012, and now we have thousands of members, and we moved hundreds of thousands of products in 2012.
It's been such a great blessing to be able to say, go on Instagram right now. Instagram, search curlBOX, or go on Facebook. I've literally had moments where I've been in the post office, told a girl about curlBOX, got in my car and she's banging my car. Thank you, thank you.
It's been a whirlwind, let's just put it that way. The response to her, the products, the packaging, the logo, it's just been amazing.
The cool thing is that we get to work with these really large brands now, which give us, you know, more room, some more flexibility, more visibility. We've done it now. We know what our timelines are because we had no idea how to make it work. So we now can do photo shoots and have a lot of more original things coming from us and working on our blog. And just, we now, after 1 year, we now know how to do some things. And so now we're having a lot more fun now. We're fine tuning everything, eliminating a lot of waste, and really just running like a well-oiled machine.
Myleik has provided a roadmap and hasn't hit any of it. Sometimes, you know, she probably would think maybe I should hide some, but she's being real with her folks and she's showing them everything that's going on and saying, hey, this is what she's going through. This is how she got to where she is. This is why you should support a brand that supports you.
Whether you love or hate every product in your curlBOX, we just forced a lot of brands to give you more, to consider you, to make it better for you, to give you an excellent experience. So, you know, it hurts my feelings sometimes when people like jab me, like, you need to do better, you need to do better. And I go, I'm doing better and I'm making other people do better for you. To know that I created something that makes young Black girls feel awesome, you know, get to their happy place before I did, is huge for me. I'm not afraid of anything, but the one thing that I used to be afraid of was dying. Like, I had this huge fear of death. how am I gonna die? Am I gonna drown? Is it gonna be in a car accident? You know, people that would die. And then after I launched this business, and I think pushed myself to a place I had never been before, honored my calling fully, did something bigger than me, because this is bigger than me. This is not about me. My fear of death went away. I feel like if I have a day or a week or another minute to live, I accomplished one of the greatest things I probably could have ever done.